Today I'm very excited, despite my video that I put up kind of criticizing it. I'm very excited nonetheless to take a look at the Nintendo Switch, because it's not every day that Nintendo does something new. Now, the first thing that really caught me off guard was just how tiny the box is. I don't know what I was expecting, frankly, because it is a small thing, but it's just for a console to come in such a tiny package is not really the norm. In fact, here it is next to a Japanese new 3DS box, and you can see how small it really is. You'll also notice that, which is something I'll comment on later on, that Nintendo is really starting to unify their design language, and you might not understand that at first, since this box is all, shiny and glitzy, and this is so simplistic. But I think that this Switch is taking a lot of its design language cues from the new Nintendo 3DS, the small one that initially came out in Japan only, which is the model that I have here. You'll also notice right off the bat, before we even get into the console anymore, I've got Zelda Breath of the Wild here, which is the only game worth getting on this thing. Please do not buy 1-2 Switch for $50. Just don't do it. Don't buy Just Dance. I don't care how hungry you are to play games on your Switch. This is pretty much the only game worth getting on it. Now, this game box also strikingly small, because this does not take discs. It instead takes cartridges like a 3DS, like a PS Vita. And you'll see here it is next to a Wii U case, and you can see, like, this is a full size. This is the same size as like a Xbox 360 or PlayStation 2 box. You can see, look how fucking small it is. And it's I don't have one here today. It's most reminiscent really of a PSP, the original PSP, the game boxes that came with that. It's even translucent like those. And then here's the other two kind of predominant handheld consoles. Nintendo's own 3DS. Here's a 3DS game box next to it, as well as the PS Vita. So here's a PS Vita box, which is, they're comparable in size, really. There it is. So let's open it up. Oh, wow. Okay. This box has fucking nothing in it, as you can see. Just this awkward box. Might even be too big. Yeah, but there it is. This is what a game looks like on the Nintendo Switch. So tiny. Yeah, it really looks like a it's really close to being a PS Vita game cartridge, a little bit thicker. The 3DS cartridge, not really similar whatsoever. It's most like the Vita cartridge. So you can immediately see I've got the Neon Joy-Con unit here, which I was under the impression that this was like a more limited version, because there's a 2 SKUs available. They're spec-wise exactly the same, just these are, you can get these with this color, the neon, red and blue, or you can get it with just plain gray. I had the chance to get these colors, so I took it because I thought it'd be more rare. I'm seeing a pretty 50-50 split of people online having gray versus having neon, so I'm not sure if it's a limited thing. But these it's really grown on me, the design. I think it's really cool. It kind of reminds me of the, it's playful, but it's kind of classy, like this new 3DS, the Japanese new 3DS, where you could have the faceplates on it. And just taking a look at the box, I really like the design of the box. Again, reminds me of that new 3DS, which is one of my favorite product designs of all time. You can see on the side just some nice, classy, minimalist, nice looking, visually appealing designs. On the back, you get a full view of the unit with the two Switch Joy-Cons. And on the other side, just more of these product shots. Otherwise, you've got big, huge red Nintendo logo right here. Can't miss it. And then on the bottom, we've got kind of the contents included. And you can see you get Nintendo. Well, let's zoom in. Nintendo Switch console, Joy-Con neon red, neon blue, Joy-Con straps, HDMI, high-speed HDMI cable. They're really stepping the game up. Switch dock, Joy-Con grip, and the AC adapter. So just like the 3DS boxes, you got no tape on this thing, just doing it raw with the pull tab thing right here. And more information. God, I just love the way they make their boxes. It looks so nice. Just plug it in, set it up. Okay. Oh, all right, there it is. Right here, you've got, like, immediately you've got your console. So, Joy-Con 1, that really is neon. I don't know if it comes through on the camera. That's like a blinding, it's almost orange looking. It's kind of like the Beluga Yeezy 350. It's like a solar red, almost orange color. Very nice. Then you've got the neon blue, a little more subtle, not as sharp or eye-killing as the other one. Then this is the star of the show right here itself. Well, immediately, it's kind of weighty, but that makes sense seeing as the entire thing is in this. Nothing is running. It's unlike the Wii U. Nothing is running on the little dock that's plugged into the TV. All of the guts are in here. It's an independent unit, and that's kind of the whole situation we're getting ourselves into. Nintendo Switch. It feels like, first impressions, it feels a lot nicer than it looks in the pictures. It's weighty, feels high quality. It feels like something that you would expect out of like a high-end Android device. Going past that, this whole thing lifts off, and we've got even more crap inside. I've gone ahead and adjusted the camera angle so we can see a little bit better. I hope there's no like warranty codes or anything in here. That'd be unfortunate. What is this? Some kind of support stuff. Don't need that. This should be the dock, it feels like. Yep. This is definitely the dock. Let's see here. Yep, there it is. Okay, the dock is not as high quality as the unit itself, but it's pretty sturdy built. It's plastic, but it's very rigid. It's not got much flex to it. It's not like it's gonna matter either. It's just gonna sit around. It's all right. So this is I guess this is. What's this? AC adapter, USB, HDMI out. Oh, okay. So this kind of routes the cables through here, I suppose. And then, yeah, this is where the unit actually interfaces with the dock. You slip that whole situation, that screen situation with Joy-Cons, you slip that in here, and then this is how you're going to play on your TV. All right, going in, we've got 2 more sections left. Let's see what's in here in the middle. This is all news to me, guys. I wasn't paying super close attention to everything that was like included in here, so I'm not sure what this is. Oh, hey, this is actually the Joy-Con grip. I didn't know this was included. All right, well, that's a nice, pleasant surprise. So you can use this to play your games without using the Joy. So if you want to leave your thing docked, but you still want to use the Joy-Cons, you just slip them in here and use it like a normal controller. And I have to say, this is like surprisingly well built. Look, it's got nice rigid metal on the side, and wow, I mean, I'm rather impressed so far with the build quality of everything here, but this is like a really nice unit. This could have been like a cheap piece of crap, but it's nice. Next in there is, okay, this is the Joy-Con grip. So if you just want to use a Joy-Con, if you just want to use it raw, you go ahead and you slip, you go ahead and you slip this on the side again with the nice metal. Okay, so these are gonna hold up pretty well. I mean, you can actually use this to put it on the side and use it like a Wiimote, and you can play that 1-2 switch game where you milk a cow and it looks like you're doing like a motion. You all know what the motion looks like, right? I guess finally, I don't see what else could be, unless there's a kitchen sink in here. I guess this is just cables. Yeah, you got an HDMI cable here. I mean, finally consoles are included standard with HDMI cables, even Nintendo consoles. It's definitely 2017. And as well, we have the power adapter for the dock unit, and I guess you could also charge the, I assume that this also charges the Switch itself raw. Oh, USB Type-C. Very interesting. So yeah, this is the kind of connector that you'll find on flagship high-end Android phones. You'll find it on high-end laptops. It's the same port that's on the 12-inch MacBook and the new MacBook Pro, that controversial MacBook with nothing but USB Type-C ports. So Wow, this is actually pretty modern. I'm surprised Nintendo's using such a modern connector. This whole thing's been kind of surprising for me. I was not expecting this to be as high quality as it was. So I guess my skepticism paid off a little bit because it's a nice surprise. So now I suppose it's time to give some first impressions on the thing. And like I said, this overall, it's way more aesthetically pleasing than I was expecting. Everything, even these little Joy-Cons, which they already feel too tiny, but they're built like incredibly well. They feel dense, they feel sturdy. This is in stark contrast to the previous Nintendo console, the Wii U, which, oh my god, here it is. Here it is. This was the Zelda Wind Waker HD Remaster limited edition console. Surprisingly, no Zelda console this time, even though it's a launch game, whatever. But this was the Zelda gamepad, and you can see the whole thing is laced in cheap, glossy plastic, which is just bound to get fingerprints all over it. Who said that was okay? But it's cheap, it's plasticky, the buttons don't feel good, it does not feel like it just does not instill confidence. The touchscreen, oh yeah, we got to talk about the leap in technology here as well. Hold on. I almost forgot my big ass list of notes. So the Switch, the actual unit here, this Switch unit is running at a resolution of 720p. It's a 6.2 inch display, whereas the Wii U, I'm not sure. Oh, it looks like it's almost this. It looks like it might also be 6.2 inches. I'm not sure, but this ran at a measly 854 by 480. So huge upgrade going to the Switch. And right now, yo guys, I'm going in right now. I've got the world's largest stack of handheld consoles just off the frame. So the 3DS, here's the 3DS. This ran at a resolution of 400 by 240 for the upper screen and 320 by 240 for the lower screen on every single 3DS, regardless of if it was the new little 3DS, the 3DS XL, whatever. Doesn't matter. Same resolution, consistent throughout. When I saw the Switch, it most reminded me of a relic from the past, a relic from the distant past, known as the PlayStation Vita. So this PlayStation Vita, I consider the Nintendo Switch to be a spiritual successor to the PS Vita. PS Vita 2000, it's a Japanese model. It launched, the 2000 unit launched in, I think late 2013. I think that's right, late 2013, maybe very early 2014 before then, coming over stateside and to the rest of the Western countries later on, more recently. So this unit right here, this screen, still not even HD, not even 720p. The 3DS, or the PS Vita rather, resolution right here of 960 by 544. I can't read my own handwriting, but it's less than 720p. So I think it's a quarter resolution of 1080p on the PS Vita. So it's absolutely dominating all of these handhelds in terms of specs, as it should, since it's also doubling duty as a home console. However, is this going to be as portable as this? Well, it's going to be more awkward to carry around, and I'm going to make a full review of this, and I'm going to cover that topic. My big concern for this is, one, portability is not the best, and what's battery life like? So those are the two things that I hope to get a little more experience with so I can address them in the near future. So I'm going to go ahead and do my first hands-on with the console right here on camera. I'm going to do it, guys. I'm going to switch, all right? I'm going to do a switch. Let's see how it feels. Oh, okay. Felt sturdy, felt good. Pretty easy to do. Let's see if that was a fluke. Well, all right. So that's sturdy. I don't think I have any concerns about that wearing out over time. Oh, okay. So it slides in and then you can do a final push and it kind of locks it in. Okay. So this feels good, actually. Feels worlds better than the Wii U. The Wii U might be a little bit more ergonomic, but because it had all of that shiny plastic, it was like uncomfortable and just to hold. Whereas this feels good actually. The triggers feel good, bumpers feel good. The world's smallest D-pad over here on the right. On the back, this definitely, yeah, this is metal. This is a metal plate on here. Nintendo Switch logo. I don't know if these are cooling vents or speakers, maybe both. Because I don't, yeah, they must be both. Oh, what the fuck are these? Oh, that must be to release it. I think that's to release it. And then this is some kind of kickstand here. See if we can get it. Not today. Oh, okay. Alright, this is some kind of kickstand. Oh, this is also a micro SD card here. Damn! This is like a well-designed piece of technology made by the Japanese company Nintendo. I'm in shock right now. So this is the kickstand. You can kickstand it. Alright. Hey, that's not so bad. Then with the dock here, I assume this just goes right in. Does it? Oh, okay. Yeah, just... Alright, I think it's in there. Yeah, that goes in. And then HDMI out to your TV. Oh, I'm just seeing now. This is that on the back, that definitely was speakers. Here's two volume buttons, power button. This is the heatsink right here, fan. So from here it goes, feeds into your television, and it outputs in 1080p, whereas, again, 720p on the unit itself. There might not be a snapping sound, but it should work the same way. Alright. Yeah. And then this... I mean, it looks a little awkward. It's literally a fucking square, but better than just nothing. Yeah. I have to say, guys, I think there's a million things wrong with this console. I don't think it's gonna do very well, but it's a huge step over the Wii U. I don't hate it, and it's not that bad. It's pretty good. The hardware is pretty good. I'm gonna go give Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild a try. I'm very excited to do that. And if you have any requests, I'm going to do a full review of this. I'll probably do a written full review of this console after I get a few days of experience with it. You let me know down below if you have any requests for me to do that you haven't seen on like the big review channels like IGN or whatever. If you want to see me do certain tests that they haven't done, I'm going to see like how the battery is. I'm going to let this run like Zelda nonstop and see how long it lasts. Do some tests like that. Do some tests on the battery life of the Joy-Cons, how it feels to play with them. Give you some honest impressions on the thing from someone like just a normal human being, someone who's not writing for like a big website.